Twitch right now. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, everyone coming in here to listen to New Music Inferno episode 2 of the day. We have a great interview here, all the way originally from Mizzou, now a dual citizen of the States and Germany, and he has a new album coming out next year. I'm excited to have him here because honestly, I was listening to his music, and I know a lot of people know about the issues I've been going on with life, with my health of my wife, and everything involved. Just everything. But we have Ian Fisher. I know that was a bad intro. That was a horrible intro, Ian. I apologize. I stumble with my words a lot. I've been doing this for a while, but I still suck at it. I'm not perfect. I don't have a big label or deal with any radio station. I've been doing this all myself. Not out of the kindness of my heart, just the love of music. But Ian, welcome. You just finished up tour recently in the States, on the
Yeah.
West Coast. How was that? How was that, real quick, before we go into your
Oh,
music and all that?
it was great to be on the West Coast again. The last time I was there was back in 2008. I was 21. It was
Wow,
my
that's a long
first,
time ago.
yeah, that was my first tour. And I was in this like anarchist folk band touring around with like six bearded dudes in my parents' minivan.
Wow.
And yeah, just jumping from one anarchist squat to the next. And yeah, 16 years later, it was interesting to see it on from a different angle. Uh,
I
yeah,
I I would love to see you live. Um,
yeah,
I think from listening to your music, I would enjoy it. I know, uh, I like this style of music. I have my good friend Jeff Berman, who's an artist known as Divided Heaven, kind of does like punk, uh, rock music and singer songwriter stuff that he does. It kind of resonates with me. The style of music that you do, I like it. Your voice is simply fucking. It's amazing. It's a perfect voice for how do you lay down the guitar and your lyrics. And I know this album has a particular theme topic. Your mother recently passed away a couple months ago uh, from cancer, who she was battling for 26 years. Um,
yeah,
my God, big ups to her for
yeah.
battling that for that long. And I know there's special place for her somewhere in heaven. I know God put her through the test, and she battled as long as she could, and she lost the battle as the sense that she lost the right to live, but she she raised a gentleman like you to showcase her life in song, and it's a perfect message and a perfect gift to her for the afterlife. I know it's something weird to say. I'm sorry, Ian. I don't like it. I think it it's tough to call it. I don't know. It's just good, great stuff. It's tough, not tough to listen to at all, but like it's sad. It's it's there. It's great music. That's all I'm gonna say. I enjoyed the record. I was listening to it earlier today. Um, and rightfully so. Your mother was the tigress. Your mother was the matriarch of your family. She raised you. You you left home. You traveled. You went to Toronto. You went to Vienna. You became a dual citizen of Germany. Um, so yeah, I don't know what else to say. Ian, let's explain your music. I'm sorry. I just wanted to give you high praise because I think your music is a lot of what people need to hear in songwriter stuff. And yeah, let's talk about it. How did the I mean, we know how these songs came about because I said, these songs are all based about your mother and her battle with cancer. But what was the toughest song for you to write on this record? What was it? The first one? Was it the second one? Was it the last
Well, I mean,
track on the record, or how did what was the toughest song to write for you?
that's hard to say because all the songs were written like spread out over like a 2 or 3 year period in the lead up to her passing and right around her passing and then thereafter. So they all have a different proximity to what happened and slightly different themes. I mean, like with grieving, of course, there are many different phases that you go through. And so these songs kind of address these different phases. Um, and it wasn't intentional that it was that way. It's just that due to when I wrote them, it just kind of turned out that way. None of these songs were necessarily like hard emotionally to write. More so, they were really cathartic to do so because it was just kind of a practice in kind of like staring into the center of the fire, um, and really getting close to what those emotions were and what those thoughts were, and not running away from them, or repressing them, or distracting myself from them, which I have the tendency of doing, and I think a lot of people do in times of trauma, to kind of repress things or portion things off to the side. And it's not healthy when what we feel and what we think isn't addressed. Um, Even though if you knew me, you would know how hypocritical that sounds coming
Well,
from me.
well,
But
like your biography says, you've written over nearly almost 2,000 songs. So, uh, that question was gonna be like, oh, it's not hard for me to write a song. I wrote over 2,000 songs, so it's the mindset that you were in. Like you said, you were in different mindsets along the lines of her time on Earth and time passing and in between. I mean, honestly, like you said, it was cathartic. It's definitely feels that these songs came out the way they should and the way the listeners are going to hear Go Gentle when it comes out in February. You have those tracks out now. It's definitely showcasing what it's going to offer. And for me, being able to take a back seat and actually listen to the record today, the entire record, uh, I was happy with it, and I think the listeners in February are going to be like, wow, like the whole like the just the from front to back, from track one to track whatever, I think 11, the 10 tracks, yeah, 10
yeah,
tracks. It definitely, the flow, the message, and just with the track that you just released recently, with Take You With Me. I mean, honestly, that that's how I felt when my grandmother passed away, or like it's like you probably felt it with you, because you were like, okay, I want to go with you guys. I want to not be alone on this earth without you guys.
yeah,
I don't want to live on like it. Yeah,
yeah. I
because
never thought of it that way. I mean, I love the fact that all art is really, yeah, a relationship between the creator of it, the art itself, and the people that, yeah, witness it. Because like I didn't write Take You With Me with the intention of saying that I wanted to die too, though I did feel that at some times.
mm,
That was more about like actually taking them with me in my life, because like I don't really believe in the classic Western concept of the afterlife, in the sense that heaven or hell are like separate from separate from us in any physical way, and more so that like um a form of afterlife for a person can actually be, um yeah, the result of their life, um, its influence on us and the love that they gave. I feel like who my mom was, um, it's very much in me, and she's very alive in me. And when she passed, I felt like I wanted to be a lot more like her in the way I live, so she could live through me in my actions that are influenced by her actions in life. Um, to me, that's also afterlife. Um, and yeah, that was what I felt in Take You With Me. But I definitely relate to your feeling that you alluded to there,
and
because that was,
like, well,
yeah,
and another thing is, the Take You With Me could also mean, like, you personally, their thoughts of you and their memories of you go with them as well, to take them to the afterlife, to look if they're going to be looking upon you from up above, or heaven to hell, like you said, not separate, or different entities or whatever. Um, but yeah, I mean, music to you being the creator of it is what you want to relay. Like it's a very music is very subjective to me. I take different messages to a lot of the stuff people write because I just like listen to a lot. Like this is cool. What the the person who wrote it, the lyricist or songwriter or whatever you want to call it, to take that song, they put it out there, but they also want to share their message. But they also want the listeners to maybe take what they have to say and make it into their
Oh, I
lives
mean,
and be a part of it.
once you write a song, it's not yours anymore. Like at least when it comes to the meaning, of course you should retain your rights,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
that's also not really something that happens much anymore. But that's a whole nother story. Um, yeah, no, I think that it's great. I love the subjectivity that all of this is really in the eyes of the beholder. That's what
Definitely.
it
And
should.
so, how with that being said, we mentioned the tour that you just wrapped up recently. What is the plan for 2025 for the states? Are you coming back? Or are you going to do some European dates,
Yeah,
or what is
I'm
the
booking
what
I'm
is the
booking a
plan?
tour. I'm booking a tour from Missouri up to Montreal in February right now. And yeah, the shows are coming together slowly.
Nice.
It's probably
I hope
gonna
you
be
can
like
come
a
back to the West Coast, and I hope Vegas is one of those dates. I
yeah,
know.
that would be great. I haven't been to Vegas since I was a kid.
Well, well, Vegas bookers book Ian Fisher uh, at your showrooms or something, or bring him. Maybe someone brings you out here. I hope. I mean, honestly, because it would just be
I
great
love
to meet you and just like share a drink, or just talk about music. Because I think you just like, and obviously all probably like you're a philosopher. You seem like you read a lot of books, and to delve into like train of thoughts and stuff. Um, what are you currently listening to? Let's delve into that. What does Ian Fisher maybe have on his iPod or even on the Spotify list? What is some of the stuff you're delving into?
I don't know, a lot of newer things. Like I found this band called Bendigo Fletcher
Mm,
from Louisville or
okay.
Louisville. They're really good. Also, River Wise or Rivers Wise, I think. Like that one's
Okay.
nice. You might know Adrienne Lenker. She's a songwriter.
No, I don't. But I like these. I like checking these out. I will check them out all on the
Yeah.
Spotify later on. Uh, Definitely.
There's a lot of great writers out there right now. The only problem is that like it's all coming out like all the time and it's really hard to filter it all because like yeah, the internet is not good for my mind.
No, because you want to
Like,
filter it so you can train your thought and what you want to write about, and where you want to hold your future. I mean, honestly, this record like it doesn't come out until for 3 months now. I mean, December, February, January, February. Um, but you got a lot of plans and items to put out before the album drops. I mean, what is the plan for that? Like, how are you going to release the next thing? Are you going to do a music video for it, or you may have
um,
recorded stuff on tour, for that matter, for these next songs
yeah, I
or
mean,
next release?
I don't feel like traditional music videos are that in right now. I used to do a bunch and would spend a bunch of time and money on them, and then like 200 people will watch them. And so I don't really do those anymore, but I'll release the album on vinyl and CD. Um, and I've had to pay for that twice now because the vinyl manufacturer
Ooh,
that I paid in the summer went bankrupt a couple weeks ago and
oh
tried to
God.
get my money. So, yeah, I'm gonna pay again now and hopefully have those before the release.
Well, everyone
And
out there, go pre-order the vinyl. Help this guy out, because that is some shitty thing to
that,
go through. I mean, honestly, I
that's
I do not like that. That's not something I want to hear from a musician. Like, oh, my
okay.
vinyl person that I was gonna get my vinyl through went bankrupt. I'm like,
Yeah.
wow, that's insane. Um,
Yeah.
but I honestly think everyone who should, everyone who wants to hear Ian Fisher's music, I think the vinyl is the way to go, because I think listening to it on the digital, I think the vinyl would be sound crispier and nicer. Even though, don't get me wrong, the record sounds amazing. I think the way to listen to it is vinyl, because honestly, the feel of the music, your voice, and like what you're going for as a singer songwriter, I think that's the best thing. And one thing I think, I think one of the things that should happen in 2025 is for you like to open up for like the Gaslight anthem. I think that would be amazing. I don't know. Do you think that would be cool, or is that a bad
Yeah.
idea?
No, I'd love to be playing in front of more people. It's been really difficult lately for artists like me to get any audience whatsoever out to their shows. So I'd be happy just to play in front of anybody that would be listening. Um,
So with like you said, you're booking that tour from Mizzou to Montreal. Is it going Mizzou East Coast, or how are you booking it? Just to give a little
yeah,
heads up.
so I'm from Missouri,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, we're gonna play like 3 shows in Missouri, and then probably go down to Nashville, and then up to Chicago, and kind of zigzag our way up to like Buffalo, and then play in Toronto, and then up to this music festival in Montreal.
Okay, there you go, guys. I know people are probably
Yeah.
like, "How the hell is he gonna? Which route is he gonna take?" There's so many different routes to do, and hopefully Pennsylvania's on the route. Hopefully, some people that are listening out there can go in
Yeah, we're,
Pennsylvania.
we're actually looking for another concert or two to fill. So if anybody's in like, I don't know, Pennsylvania, Ohio,
Look
upstate New
look for
York.
Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Probably Tellus 360. I think that's still a venue there.
Yeah.
Or maybe hit up Jeff Berman, Divided Heaven. He might be able to help you out, because he actually resides there now, and
Yeah.
he's actually
Yeah.
uh, from Pennsylvania originally, but he was also a California guy. But him and his wife and now 2 kids live in Lancaster, and I used to live in that area. Not Lancaster per se, but in Pennsylvania. Going to the Chameleon Club a lot for shows. Unfortunately, due to the pandemic, that venue closed. But there are other venues that may do singer songwriter shows, or smaller artists like yourself over there. Because I haven't checked out any of the new venues. I haven't been back home to do that. But let's do this. We've been talking too much. We've been talking too much now. I want to delve into the music. So, Ian,
Yeah.
let's talk about what song to play first. What song do you want to go to? I have it up here. I have the Spotify ready to go. So you choose. Which one of the singles of a Go Gentle would you?
Maybe the first one, The Face of Losing.
Okay, that is definitely a great track. I like it. I enjoy it, and I was listening to it. I was watching your live performance that you just released of it about a month ago, I believe. I don't remember the time on the timestamp on the YouTube, but I was just watching it, and it's fantastic. So if you guys want to go watch that, please do. But here is "The Face of Losing" by Ian Fisher of a Go Gentle, which will be available in February on the 7th, I believe, if not
Yeah, yeah.
mistaken. Yep, that's the day. And the funny thing is, that's the day after our wedding anniversary, so I will remember that. So there you go. Here it is, "The Face of Losing" by Ian Fisher, and we'll be right back after this.
Mama, you were moaning, now the moaning over grass
Yeah.
above you. The lily flower of the funeral. Dirt still barely wet, date still to be set. In stone, etching that we loved you. Couldn't even cry when I was trying to feel it all. At once, all small things forgot. strokes of black. Ain't no coming back. Forever, forever is a far away place. Nobody can tell me how to feel. I know what is real for me. No, nobody can tell me how to be in the face of losing. Getting on a plane and listening to your favorite song. I'm sinking but taking on. Ashes in the vial, a picture where we smile is all I can carry. Nobody can tell me how to feel. I know what is real for me. No, nobody can tell me how to be in the face of losing. In the face of losing. Wishing that this came with instructions, some type of direction for this part. But if I read the script till the end, I wouldn't start. Nobody can tell me how to feel. I know what is real for me. No, nobody can tell me how to be in the face of losing. In the face of losing. In the face of losing.
Right there, ladies and gentlemen, The Face of Losing by Mr. Ian Fisher, who is back on the air with us. Ian, my God, that song, I agree with you. No one should tell you how to feel in the face of losing. No way they know how people could grieve, no matter how they lose someone. Everyone grieves in their own way. Everyone takes their people with them in their lives along their way and grieves about them when they lose them, no matter what, in their own fashion. So, like you said, maybe taking off on a plane like you did to travel around the country and the world, to get away from it a little bit, and also to write these songs and make these things happen. I say you did it your way, and that's the only way to do it. So, I don't know. I don't know. I'm sorry if I'm saying stupid things, but I'm sorry if I'm not right. I grieve in my own ways, and I know you do too. So I don't know. I don't know. I'm not over life. I'm over the progress that we've made as culture, as human beings.
What do you mean?
Yeah. Well, I honestly think I don't know. I don't want to get into politics here, but honestly, I think I don't know. Like, so I don't know. I've had this like line in my head, and it hasn't come from a song. It just the feelings of what people have been saying about like politics and the general life that we've been leading. Everybody. Maybe I'm the monster. Oh no, maybe I'm the villain. Maybe I'm the villain. Maybe I am on the wrong side of history. I don't know. That's it's not been coming from any movie. It's just in my head. That's my feeling right now about life in
What's it
general.
triggered by?
Huh?
What's it triggered by?
a lot of the
What
politics, a lot of the like, what kind of future are we in? Like, what kind of we voted the
and you
same
feel
guy
like
in,
you're the villain?
huh?
You feel like you're the villain? Or you feel
I feel that I'm not the villain because in my beliefs, a lot of my beliefs, but I think I'm in the villain because just because I'm not with the vast majority in a lot of things. But there's a
but
lot of
who's
things as a
the
vast
villain?
majority as a human life, we we need a we need a bigger wage pay in a lot of facets of everybody to live, right?
Hmm.
But I feel that me being democratic and I wanted to be the democracy party, we as a democratic party have waited to wait. The wage in 1995 should have been $15. In 2024, it should be at least 25 or more for people to live. Because honestly, we've outgrown ourselves. We've outgrown ourselves. We've outpaced ourselves in how life is. And I don't know why we're getting into this, but we are. it's I'm just grieving because it's like, are we ever going to make progress? Are we ever going to come together as a country? Because I feel that as a country, without getting into any more politics, is that we're more divided than we've ever been.
Well,
We're
I
not
think
the.
that the problem is that we're thinking in countries. Like when it comes to capitalism, countries don't exist.
Mm-hmm.
Like we have to think beyond the idea of the nation state. Like you have to think much beyond that. It's really simple. It's just proletariat versus bourgeoisie. Like if you really want to boil it down.
Okay. All right.
But I don't know.
I don't know. It's
That's
just
my opinion.
yeah. It's
Um, I agree that people should be paid more, but they're not going to be as long as the masses don't stand up for the rights.
yeah because
And
the place I
that's
work with, I
all.
just got a message about it because they're gonna do it on Friday. Is the culinary union striking?
That's great.
Yeah, they've been striking constantly to get a bigger wage because honestly, all the other casinos for the culinary union have gotten wages raised a little bit, uh, but we're kind of a property that's like floundering again because they keep on floundering, like not doing the right steps to get better. But I didn't say that. It's just the proof is in the pudding. That's why people are striking. They want more money, but they can't get it. Uh, but we're not here to talk about that. It's in
Yeah.
the news.
I mean,
If you guys want to look for it, you guys can see it. It's all in the news. Things are real. I'm not making things up.
musicians are the ones that should strike.
Yeah, musicians. I mean, that's what. Okay, so musicians should strike. We just got that brought up in our last interview. My buddy Christopher J, who's a DJ out in like not a DJ, not like the club DJs or anything, but like a DJ that spins old tunes on vinyl on Twitch, and he does has a massive vinyl collection. I think if he had the money, he'd buy your vinyl for sure. He's a single dad of two kids, so he's struggling. He works a daytime job. Um, but he mentioned to us in the last interview, he asked Spirit in the Room about Spotify. I know I'm using Spotify. I do pay for their service so I can play the music on the airwaves for the fans to listen to while we're doing these interviews. What are your thoughts on Spotify's model and what can they do to better help you? Also, what can the listeners do to help with that cause as well?
Yeah, I mean, I also use Spotify and I hate myself for it, but it's a really easy tool. But like the simple answer when it comes to what an audience can do, they could go to concerts, they could buy the merch from artists at concerts, they could buy vinyl CDs, hats, t-shirts, whatever an artist has off the artist's website directly. They could go to Bandcamp and pay for the music directly. Um, Anything to circumvent any of the digital streaming platforms
Go to
because like
shows. Go to shows.
going to concerts is big. Um, yeah, a lot of artists have like Patreon or they have, yeah, some artists run like Kickstarter campaigns. Like try to follow the artists that you like, get on their newsletter, see what they're doing.
Definitely.
When it comes to what artists should do, Yeah, I really do think that we should unionize, um, because like without collective action, yeah, we just get trampled. And what Spotify could do and the other DSPs, they could pay more per play. That would be the simplest thing because right now they pay 0.003 cents per play. Even if they paid 1 cent per play and it actually went uh, to the artist who was being played, um, then that would be huge. Right now, someone would have to play one of my albums 5,000 times for it to equal the physical sale of one album.
Wow.
Um, and that's just not right. I mean, we're the ones that are providing the content that they sell, and they're the ones that are profiting from this. And it's predominantly owned by major labels that are the main stakeholders or shareholders. And yeah, they benefit from it the most. And also they push the algorithms that, yeah, get more people to see their artist than your average independent artist who just gets buried in the fucking 400,000 songs that are released every day.
Well, that's why I have this show. That's why I bring people on like yourself and a lot of other artists that people have no clue about because I love the independent artists. I love like being able to talk with people like yourself as well, Ian, to get the music out there, and that's why we have this show. I've done this for God knows how long, since like 2008, 2009 ish, on Blog Talk Radio. And for anyone who didn't see the announcement today, Blog Talk Radio is actually closing its doors on January 31st. So I did download all the ones I still had up there from the last purge, since they were costing us $40 a month like years ago to keep it alive, and I can't afford that. So I lost a lot of the interviews, but there's a lot of important ones that I did save. So we're going to be posting those on YouTube for anyone who hasn't ever heard of them. I had like Joey Jordanson on from Vimic, who was also formerly of Slipknot. I've had other people on, like Gilbert Godfrey was on there. You know, God, Gilbert Godfrey was an amazing interview, but no one ever can hear it again because it's never on there. It's been deleted years ago, unfortunately. But Ian, you're here today. We're going to showcase your music, and let's get to another track. And we're gonna I think wrap it up as well when we come back, maybe after another song as well. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna play two songs. We're gonna play two songs right now, and while we do that, the second song that you choose is gonna be the question that you're gonna answer when we come back from the second song. So we can play two songs, wrap it up after the song, and come back and then go from there, and go about our days. And think about the album that's going to come out February 7th, which is Go Gentle, which everyone should go pre-order and pick up the vinyl, because honestly, Ian wants to come back to the States. He's already going to be back in the States next year, but we want to prolong it. We want to get him to do more. We want his voice to be heard around the country, around the world. So, which two songs do you want to go to? Which is going to be the second song we play? So the first one's not going to be the answer to the question. The second one is.
So I think that the next song that we do should be Independence Day,
Okay.
and then maybe the last song could be Take You With Me.
Okay. So the question is, for Take Me With You, if you could give that to any band or artist to perform in their style and genre of music. I give this to every artist now because it's my question. This is like the finale of questions to give. So if you give that song to any other band or artist to play in their style and genre of music, what band or artist would it be? And what song of theirs would you, Ian, take it to make your own? So think about that. We'll get the answer after the two songs are over, and then we'll wrap it up from there. So here it is, ladies and gentlemen. Independence Day by Ian Fisher off of Go Gentle, which is going to be available February 7th. And here we go. Enjoy. And then we'll play Take You With Me after that as well.
Looking for you, though I know where you are. driving through the country, and we didn't know where to go. He waves off the concrete, twirling cornfields to Van Goghs, swerving through the summer, but that night was winter cold. With the police lights off the empty cans along joy-ridden roads. The history books won't talk about them that never made it out past the county line of memory. So I gotta take 'em with me from where he drove to the weekend, and he never came back again. Left the prom queen waiting with the trash neath the baseball stands. 2 weeks of searching for a lifetime and a day. I could still see geese watching as the cops to the badges wave. The history books won't talk about anyone from my hometown looking up from flyover country. So I gotta take 'em with me. I think I'm drowning in the river with a friend I never found, singing Bud Light bottles, baby, to the water through the windows down, to the water through the windows down. I'm still driving through the country, and I don't know where to go. See the skid marks on the concrete, made fast to fade slow, and it feels like it's ending. And if I don't put it into words, then where I'm from and who I love got nothing left to do but burn. The history books won't talk about what each of us all carry around, the stories we've pocketed like keys. So I gotta take 'em with me. I gotta take 'em with me. Everywhere I go, everything I do, everyone I know, maybe even you. I'm gonna take you with me. I'm gonna take you with me. I'm gonna take you with me.
Right there, Take You With Me and Independence Day by Ian Fisher. And we are back with the one, the only Ian Fisher. Ian, my God, I love the tunes. I just love your voice. It
Yep.
has a lot of like Abbey Road-esque, like they say in the press release. But I also just feel that you do have a little Dylan in you. But
Yeah,
also,
with that song. Sure.
yeah, just I think you just have yourself to thank for writing these songs. I mean, honestly, your life that you've led and that you've experienced, and I love it. And I think the listeners are going to enjoy it when they hear it, when they come out with the full length record next year in February. I believe that you're gonna have a great year, even though it's gonna be back on the backing of grief and success. And the struggle, you said you didn't struggle to write these songs, but you went through the struggles of life to write a present to yourself, to your mom, to the listeners, to see what you're growing as a person and what you've gone through as a musician, so, and as a human being, because honestly, you showed your human side of things, because we can be evil, we can be demented, we can be fucking, like, just an asshole to people. But here, you've not written a book for people, but you've written life lessons to showcase that you can grieve in your own way, and in your own ways, you wrote songs to showcase the journey. I'm going to shut up now. I'm going to shut up. I keep on babbling on. It's supposed to be an interview podcast, not just the host babbling on nonsense about music and his thoughts of what he feels on the music. So, Ian, again, thank you again for being here.
Yeah, it's a pleasure.
I thank the
Thanks
amazing
for
people
having me.
over at Raby for booking this interview. I've loved Ray for years now. Ray's a great guy,
It's great.
and I personally have thanked him on Facebook about this, but I will say this on this interview right now. Ray, again, from the bottom of my heart, I know you're a dog fan. You're a fan of all dogs. Thank you for the support of the donation to the cremation fund of our dog, Wally, who passed away last month. She's sitting right here with me. I showcased her on the last interview, but in this little box is Wally, our 17-year-old puppy, who we're still grieving, but it was a family member for sure. Sorry, Ian. But
No.
yeah. So real quick, let's get the answer to the question. So, take you with me. Who would you want to give that to, and what song of theirs would you want to do?
I mean, I think that it would be awesome if Gillian Welch played that song.
Okay.
Do you know Gillian Welch?
I think, but not.
She,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
yeah.
Explain it. Go ahead.
No, I mean, she's just a huge influence on what I do.
I know the
And
name, but I'm not familiar with the music. I will have to
you
delve
should check it
into
out.
it. I
Yeah.
see a lot of the music I learned from the artist as well. I'm like, oh, let me listen to this band since I don't know this band. I will go put her in right now. Let me go to Spotify on my phone right now. As you can see, I'm doing it right now, and I'm gonna spell it right now. I'm gonna spell it right. Gillian Welch. Boom. There you go.
Yeah,
I will
she's
follow
great.
her. Oh, she did a lot of stuff on the Oh Brother
Bro-
soundtrack. Okay. All right. I haven't really listened to her, but that's where I heard her name from. Okay.
Yeah.
I will go delve into her stuff, and she has a new record
Hmm?
with David Rawlings called Woodland, which came out in August.
Yeah.
What were your thoughts? Let's your thoughts on that record.
I like it. I mean, it's very different than what they did before in the orchestrations, and I think that it was adventurous of them to try new things. I'm still a sucker for their old stuff, so it's hard to move on from these albums that have come, yeah, that have been so
Okay.
essential for the last years of my life.
And so, with that being said, what song of theirs would you take and make into an Eden Fisher song?
Maybe Hard Times. I
Okay.
love that song.
That's an older song? I will
Oh, it's
check.
not that old. It's like maybe a decade old,
Okay.
a little more.
Well, older song than the stuff they were
Yeah,
just
it's not
released.
that
So
old.
hard
Yeah.
times. I will have to check that out. But Ian, before you go, tell everybody where they can find you on the socials and the World Wide Web, so they can follow you guys. Follow you.
Yeah, so I mean, you could find me anywhere. Just if you type in Ian Fisher songs and you spell my last name without a C. You could also go to ianfishersongs.com and
I don't know why someone. Oh well, yeah, because Fisher can be spelled that way too. But honestly, you can see it on the bottom of the screen on the photo
okay,
there. Fisher,
see it.
Fisher, right there. Spell it like that. Go follow him. Go add him to your follow list on Spotify. The pre-orders available right now? I think they are. Are they not? Or no?
Um, I could set it up.
Okay.
If people go to my website, they could sign up for the newsletter and
Yep.
then
Sign up
they'll,
for the newsletter. Then
yeah.
pre-order the album. Buy the vinyl. Procure a record player for Christmas. It's that simple. Black Friday, good deals. Get a record player. Have Ian as your first record ever coming out in February. I know I just picked up another great artist that Ray works with, Susanna Schaffel. Amazing artist as well. I don't know if you know her, out of
Oh,
Austin, Texas. She was actually on The Voice. Yeah, great stuff. Great country, country. I don't know, indie, whatever you want to feel. It's great stuff. You might want to check it out too. Maybe if you get a chance, go back to Austin, perform with her, and
yeah.
because I was checking out your older stuff too, Ian, real quick, before we let you go. Your older stuff that you released, I don't know, it's all good. It's all good, and you guys should all go do that. Go listen to his older stuff that's out that you haven't, like Bed Downtown, Before the Fall, which is another song that came out earlier this year, and just delve into Ian Fisher, become a fan, and go to see him in a show next year when he comes back to America. So Ian, I want to thank you again. Have
Yeah,
a
thanks,
great rest
guys.
of your
Thanks for
day,
having
your
me.
evening, wherever you're residing at right now. I think you said you left the States, so you're probably back in Vienna. I'm
I'm
thinking.
in Toronto at the
Oh, in
moment.
Toronto. Oh well.
Yeah.
Well, enjoy the Canadian evening.
Yeah.
We're gonna go raid our boy who's actually all the way in Sacramento, not even close to Canada, but he's playing a little college football. Because that's what I do. I like to raid my friends on Twitch. So we're gonna go raid VDub Productions. But Ian, have a great rest of your day. Continued success
Take care.
and God bless. Have a good one.
Yeah.
Bye bye.
Yeah.
And everybody, thank you for listening in. We are going to raid out to, like I said, VDub Productions right now. He's live. I want to thank everybody for being here. Let's go right now. Raid. Get rid of Ian. Ian's gone. Let's go raid VDub. He's live. We'll be back in a few minutes, maybe half an hour, playing some football. We have a lot of games to do as well. But we're going to go raid VDub because we love him and we love you guys. And we're going to enjoy VDub as well. So go support him. We'll see you soon. Much love. Peace.